When I think about diet's role in improving body composition, I look back to my own journey and the moment that I realized how important it is, I think about one time. So after around 10 months on my journey, I built some muscle, I lost some weight, I became skinny fat. And I wanted to have visible six-pack abs. That was my initial goal when I started. And because of that, I decided to cut for the second time. I kept track of my calories and protein, not to the greatest extent. I did not use my MyFitnessPal app or other apps to track my calories. I just ate more protein than usual and ate on a calorie deficit. And the thing is that after 3 months on this cut, I finally saw it. I saw my abs being visible, my physique started to improve significantly, and 6 months after the point in which I decided to cut, I got a physique that I could be really proud of. The main role that a diet plays in body composition is in recovery. Think about it. So it's not just about post-workout recovery, it is just recovery in general. BMR, what BMR is, what TDEE is, it is total daily energy expenditure. Just by living our life, we constantly burn calories. Just through living and doing nothing, calories are burned, BMR. When we go and we exercise, there is exercise, energy expenditure, and there is NEAT and all of these components of the total daily energy expenditure. Diet plays a role in recovery, because when we consume food, we give the body energy to recover from these energy demanding processes. And that is the thing. There are two components to body composition, to getting jacked, right? Fat mass and lean mass. Lean mass, to be more specific, muscle mass and fat mass, right? So our goal when trying to get jacked is to increase muscle mass and to reduce fat mass. And for it, there are 3 main dietary rules, guidelines that by following you will make a lot of results, and I will reveal each one of them to you in this video. The first rule, and it is a pretty straightforward, simple and well accepted one, it is protein intake. Muscle mass is made out of proteins. Because of that, supplying the body with protein post-workout is the way to recover, right? The body uses the proteins, muscle protein synthesis occurs and muscle mass goes up. But when not consuming protein at all, post-workout, pre-workout in general, and training, so another process occurs during training, muscle protein breakdown. Muscles break down due to the stimulus that is applied to it. When muscle protein synthesis is higher than muscle protein breakdown, muscle growth occurs. For us to get to the point in which it is higher, we need to consume proteins. How many grams per day? The general recommendation for most people who want to maximize their gains, the muscle gain when training, is 1 gram per pound of body weight, and that's what I will give you. Now the second rule. So even though proteins make the biggest impact in increasing muscle mass, there are 2 other macronutrients that when eating in the right balance, muscle gain is optimized. They are fats and carbs. The thing about them is that they don't directly increase muscle mass like protein, but indirectly they make a pretty big impact. Fats play a massive role in hormonal regulation, and carbs, they are the body preferred fuel source when training. You need to eat them, right? You cannot just... So if you want to gain suboptimal amount of muscle mass when training, then eating carbs might not be necessary, and fats are pretty much necessary for general health, in general hormonal health, so you should be eating them. But carbs, you can ignore them. Not eating them can be fine, but for the goal of optimizing muscle gain, eating carbs, not being depleted in your workouts, is a very smart idea. Second rule is about not neglecting each macronutrient. Now the third one, the calorie balance determines whether your weight will go up or down and your body composition essentially, right? If you want to gain weight and gain muscle at an optimal rate, you should eat on a calorie surplus. If you want to gain muscle and maintain your weight, then you should eat on a maintenance. And if you want to lose fat, you should eat on a deficit. The calorie balance will determine it. Whether you eat a clean diet or not, a clean diet can manage hunger, which is great, right? And cause you to have an easier time losing weight. But at the end of the day, the calorie balance will determine everything. And that's what you should keep in mind before everything else. The third rule is to eat based on your goal in terms of calorie balance, right? And that's essentially it. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.